Yes, welcome once again. Good evening to all the cherished promotion candidates. And tonight by 11:59, 12 in the midnight, the portal closes for the registration, and the hard work also begins right from that. Or if you have started already, then kudos to you. And if you continue to be on this platform, kudos to you for being on this platform. Let me hear you from the comment section if you can hear from me. Let me get in touch with you in the comment section. And good evening, wherever you are watching me around the country. My name is Sir Smith, promotion facilitator. Tonight, come back again to share with you some few things. If you can hear me, let me get you from the comment section. Tonight, we're going to look at the 2021 questions. 2021 questions. And the big mistake that we have been making is about reading around only our grade level that we are going to write. And that is the biggest mistake that we have been making. So read around all the grades because some of the questions overlap. And it is very important you go through all the ranks, especially the rank ahead of you. You must also look at the questions around that. They are very important. Margaret, you're welcome. Nimakon Solomon, you're welcome. Then, good evening, Margaret. You're most welcome. And tonight is another beautiful night to share with you. So read around all the areas, all the ranks. Read around all the ranks. Don't depend on your rank alone, or don't read on the rank that you're going to write on it alone. Read very wide. It's very important. And this can help you. It can help you. Andrews, um, Ampofo, you're most welcome. Then also contribute your quota. It's very important. If you want us to continue bringing these tutorials, you need your support. Your support is very important. So the Momo line is on the screen. You can also contribute your quota. And I said we are looking at 2021 questions. And it is very important we look at them before we go and write. Because last year promotion, that is 2024, promotion. Most of the questions from 2023 came in the 2024. So we must look at it before we go and write. It's very important. Let's just dive into it. So we're looking at 2021 questions, and they are very important. If you have gone through them and some areas that you don't have understanding, we're going to deliberate on it, share ideas on it. Then yesterday, somebody asked me a question about merit and wealth. I'll also be dealing with it in this tutorial. So stay tuned till the end of the tutorial and get to learn something. So let's dive into it. Get your pen and your jotters ready, where we'll get a neat explanation. We'll explain to you, jot something down. Then Stella Aqua, you're most welcome. Thank you for joining us. So let's begin with this question. Which of the following is not a value of education? Value of education. Accountability and transparency. We have efficiency and efficient management of resources. And we also have quality of education. These are values of education. In education, we need transparency, we need accountability, we also need effective management of resources, then we need to produce quality formal education. So it's very important. So the one that is not important in this is financial resource inflow. That one is not so much important, and that one is out of the equation. So have it in mind. So financial resource inflow is not part of quality of education. Then what is the core mandate of Ghana Education Service? You see, this question um, keep on appearing in almost all the ranks, and you need to be very careful with this. So the core mandate or the core function of GES, Ghana Education Service, or the main function of Ghana Education Service is to implement national policies and programs. National policies and programs. Have it in mind. So it does not formulate policies. No, it is not the work of GES to formulate policies. It does not develop a rational conclusion on education to be implemented by the Ministry of Education. No, it doesn't do that. So the main functions that it performs or it does is to implement approved national policies and programs. So have it in mind before we go and write the promotion exams. The governing body of Ghana Education Service is this question. It keeps on coming in all the ranks. All the ranks, you meet it. All the ranks. I said all the ranks. So that is Ghana Education Service Council. It may be shortened GS Council or Ghana Education Service Council. So always look at the answers critically before you answer them. So it's very important. Now, this question, the only apex disciplinary authority that has the power to endorse any recommendation to summary dismiss a teaching and non-teaching personnel from GS is the GS Council. The GS Council is having the ultimate power to approve the termination of an employee who has misbehaved in GS and his contract being terminated, like we have teacher Kojo's being terminated, his contract or being sacked from GS. So these are some of the things that you need to know before you go and write your promotion exams. Then Ghana Education Trust Fund, Ghana Education Trust Fund, that is GetFund, provides support mainly in the area of what? So GetFund is that was established in the year 2000, has a function to help public schools right from the basic to the university level. It has a key functions that it performs. So if you look at most of Ghana's classroom, public classrooms, from the basic to the tertiary, you see last year, 2024, most of the basic schools were given support by erecting marker board to the basic schools and the second cycle school. So it is the work of GetFund to do that. And those supports came from GetFund. My school had that support. If you haven't gotten yours, then a time will come you get it. So Ghana Education Trust Fund provides support mainly in the area of assets and investment expenditure. So if you look at most of the secondary schools, they are using buses, and it's the function of the GetFund to provide them buses, provide them classrooms. These are things that the GetFund do, support the basic school up to the tertiary level, building of um, school blocks for um, for the schools and giving them support, financial support. So they provide support in asset and investment expenditure. So have it in mind. Now, under the new primary school curriculum, reform standard-based curriculum simply means what? It simply means pupils shall demonstrate the understanding and mastery of knowledge through the standard um, performance that they go through in the classroom. So have it in mind, through the performance or the standard examination or assessment that they go through in the classroom in a progressive way that they go through. So learners shall demonstrate the understanding and mastery of knowledge and skills as they progress in their education. That is the standard-based curriculum. So the correct answer here is learners shall demonstrate the understanding and the mastery of knowledge and skills as they progress in their learning activities in their classroom. So have it in mind, and not assessment and not examination. No. So as they progress in their education, they try to demonstrate their understanding and the confident nature of the knowledge and skills that they have been learning. So have it in mind. So learners shall demonstrate their understanding and mastery of knowledge and skills as they progress in their education. So have it in mind. When you meet it, you will be able to do justice. Then the processes that involve the quality of teaching and learning are one. So in the classroom, there are things that need to be done. There are positive things that you need to um, employ in the classroom. And these processes to improve the quality of teaching, these are some of the things that you need to do. One, use questionnaires or use questioning, illustrations, and demonstrations in lessons delivery. So in lesson delivery, you must ask questions. In lesson delivery, you must do illustrations. You must do demonstrations to help learners understand the concept. Then create the opportunity for all learners to express their views, express their opinions. Give all learners the opportunity to express their opinion in the classroom. So it's very important. So you create that opportunity for learners to do that. Then encourage of learner-initiated tasks through motivation such as praise and friendly dialogue. These are some of the things that you need to do in a classroom to help your learners. Then effective classroom control by following an established classroom rules and checking destructive behaviors that are not in line with the rules that have been formed with the learners. Then use appropriate procedures of assessing learners' work in the classroom. These are things that we need to do in the classroom to improve the learning and the teaching in the classroom. So have it in mind. These are positive things, positive measures to improve teaching and learning in the classroom. So if you meet these questions, all of them are correct, and you need to take good note of these questions before you go and write your promotion aptitude test, or anytime you meet them, the promotion aptitude test, you're able to do justice. Some people may not come tonight to go through these questions, but those who are going through these questions, you are at the advantage over those who have decided not to come. Then a teacher is to use appropriate methods, appropriate techniques, and a sound principle of teaching and learning, such as the following. One is building on the past or the previous knowledge and positive reinforcement, positive encouragement, and positive praise, positive motivations in the classroom. That are the things that you need to employ. Then providing guidance and practice in class before independent practice. So before you let the children practice something, or you need to guide them so that they will practice in the classroom before individual learners are to perform their functions in the classroom. These are very, very important things that you need to do. Then motivating and sustaining learners' interest in the classroom is also paramount. It's also important that you need to do this. Then in a classroom or in the learning delivery or instructional delivery, you need to involve each learner in the classroom teaching and learning process. So involving each learner in the teaching process is very important. Instructional process is very important. I am black, you're most welcome. Then distribution evaluative questions evenly. It shouldn't be centered on the high achievers. So questions should cover all the learners, or all the learners should have the opportunity to answer the questions that you throw in the classroom during the instructional hours. Everybody needs to be part of the lesson, and you need to encourage that. It is very important that you do that. Very, very important. So have it in mind. So all of them are um, positive or appropriate classroom methods, strategies, and science principle of teaching and learning in the classroom to help you achieve the things that you want the children to learn. Now let's look at this question. Very important. Now complete the following vision statement of Ghana Education Service. Yesterday we looked at the mission statement of Ghana Education Service. Today we are now on the vision of the Ministry of, the Ghana Education Service, that is GES. So Ghana Education Service, the mission statement is stated this way. So there are some keywords that you need to know. There are some keywords that you need to know in the vision statement. So when you start with the Ghana Education Service seeks to create an enabling environment, conducive environment in all learning institutions, in all learning schools, and management positions, management starting from the school management, the district management, the regional management, till the headquarters management. So these are keywords that you need to take notes in the vision statement of GES. So Ghana Education Service seeks to create an enabling environment, conducive environment in all educational institutions and management positions that will facilitate effective teaching and learning and efficient in management of the attainment of the goals of the service. These are keywords that you need to look at them before you go and write the promotion exams. In doing this, there's no way that you are going to fail. So the mission, the vision statement can happen in all the ranks, and you need to learn, you need to update yourself to help you pass the promotion aptitude test. So do justice to it. Note something down before you go and write. Then, which of the following is not a special duty of Ghana Education Service? Ghana Education Service, it has a special duties that it performs or it does. So one of the functions of Ghana Education Service is to maintain a professional standard and the conduct of personnel in GES, both the teaching and non-teaching. So they need to have the knowledge of the condition of service and the code of conduct required of them in Ghana Education Service. As at now, some people, some teachers don't even know the code of conduct of GES, and they just do things anyhow. And when they are caught by the law, or by the rules, then they begin to fumble. Then register teachers and keep up to date register of all teachers in the public service. And this function is for the NTC. So in collaboration, the body that does this now is the NTC, and it's an autonomous body. You need to have knowledge. Then register and supervise and inspect private pre-tertiary education and institutions in Ghana. That is one of the functions. So what it doesn't do is develop educational positions and programs or educational policies. GES does not do that. It is the work of the Ministry of Education to develop positions and programs, formulation of national policies and programs. It is the work of GES. So the work of Ministry of Education, I beg your pardon, Ministry of Education. Now, in a learner-centered, which of the following activities will a school head encourage its teachers to do? Which of these? So, what the head will encourage the teachers to do is that teachers should develop lessons planned or learning planned that lesson plan uses the existing knowledge to construct a new knowledge, using the previous knowledge to construct the new knowledge. That is what you need to develop your learning plan or your lesson plan to base on. So have it in mind. So in a learner-centered school, these are the things that you need to do. Now, let us look at this question again. Which of the following statement about student grouping is correct? And this question, people always have it very difficult to answer. So keep the answer in the comment section for me. Which of the following statement about student grouping is correct? Put the answer in the comment section for me. Now, grouping should be done through the school day rather than selective during the school day. Heterogeneous grouping is preferable to homogeneous grouping. Then homogeneous grouping is preferable to heterogeneous grouping, or none of the above. Which one is the correct answer? So in grouping learners in the classroom. Then we also have differentiated learning with its groupings. But this one, we are talking about classroom grouping, where learning activities is going on. So put the answer in the comment section for me. Now, a test that measures the student's knowledge or skills in relation to the curriculum standard or the predetermined standard or the pre-established standard is known as what? It is known as what? Someone is saying B. Let me see. Someone is saying B. Which one is the B? That is the heterogeneous groupings. So the heterogeneous grouping here simply means that it is the mix of all the learning levels. So we have low achievers, average achievers, and high achievers in that group. So heterogeneous is a mix. It's a mix groupings, a mix of intellectual groupings. So when we are talking about heterogeneous is a mixed group. It contains all the the learning levels in the classroom. It contains all the learning level or all the intellectual learning levels in the classroom. So have it in mind. So heterogeneous is the most preferable. But when you're doing a differentiated learning, that one is different. That one is different. That's differentiated learning. That's where you group the children according to their learning levels and using different approaches, different methods, different techniques to help the learners learn. So if you meet the differentiated learning and you are asked on the differentiated learning, be very careful. The differentiated learning is that's where we have the DL schools or the Gallup schools. So you group the learners according to their learning levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3. The level 1 is the low achievers. Then level 2, average, and level 3, the high achievers. Those who are able to do mathematical calculation, those who are able to read, they are in the level 3. So, and putting these learners into their various level of learnings, then you use different approaches, different methods, different techniques of lesson presentation to help the learners learn. So have it in mind. Now, a test that measures the student knowledge or skills in relation to the curriculum standard or the predetermined standard or the established rules or standard is known as criterion reference test. Criterion reference test. We have two test interpretation. We have the non-reference test and the criterion reference test. Criterion reference test measures the student knowledge or the student skills against the predetermined standard or the curriculum standard or established standard. And the non-referent um, um, test interpretation or reference test, non-referent test measures against their learning grades, their group, their peers. So have it in mind when you meet it, you're able to do justice to it. Then which of the following statements about a teacher performance evaluation is not correct? It's not correct. In some books, they will state these answers and be very careful. So which of the following statement about teacher performance evaluation is not correct? Then the process can be A, both formative and summative. Then formative, that is B, and C, summative nor formative. Then the D is summative. Let me explain it here. And measuring what we call it teacher performance evaluation. It is summative. It is done at the end of the academic year to see the level of the teacher performance, especially using the BC. That's where we have the span. That's where we have the span. The school, span. We have the circuit span, the district span, and the rest. We have about 4 types of span. So have it in mind. So they are both formative and summative. While the term is ongoing, you see supervisors coming to your schools to assess the teachers, whether they are following the process or the standards laid down by Ghana Education Service. So it is formative, it is ongoing. Then it can also be done at the end of it using the BEC. So if the BEC results comes and the performance is good, teachers are measured. And if the performance are not good, teachers are still measured based on that. That's why we have the span meeting, So have it in mind. So the one that is not part is that is the C, summative nor formative. So the word nor use the discredit the summative and the formative. So both of them, the teacher performance evaluation is both formative and summative. So have it in mind. Then which of the following statement about a teacher summative performance evaluation is correct? The primary process is what? The summative. So the summative here is done to improve the teacher performance. So when spams are held, spam after the BEC results or the SSC results and spams are held, we're doing this to look at the challenges of the teachers and the strengths of the teachers and improve upon the teachers' performance. So organizing SPAM. So SPAM is one of the summative evaluation of teachers. Summative evaluation of teachers in the schools. So we're doing this to improve, we're organizing SPAMs to improve the teachers' performance in the classroom. So have it in mind. Then which of the following statement about cooperative learning is correct? Cooperative, they come together and they learn together. They acquired knowledge together. So cooperative learning is very important in the classroom. And cooperative learning is stressed on cooperation rather than competition. Cooperation. Cooperative learning is based on learners coming together as groups or small groups, then they will learn together. There's no competition among them. They all learn together. They all cooperate in the learning environment. So cooperative learning is stresses on the students' cooperation than the student competition. There's no competition in the cooperative learning. So have it in mind. Now, this is the question that someone asked me yesterday. Was it a FUM? If a FUM is here, let me get you. This was a question that was asked by a FUM yesterday. In performance evaluation, merit and wealth are important concepts. Which of the following statement about them is correct? And now I want to deal a little bit deeper in merits and wealth. Merits and wealth. What is merit and what is wealth? Now, when we're talking about merits, merits is talking about the quality that someone possesses, the ability that someone possesses, the skills that someone possesses or something possesses that make the person or something deserving of a praise or a reward or recognition. That is a merit. So merit is about the person efforts, the person performance, and the person's skills. And if the person is performing well, the person is praised, the person is recognized, the person is awarded. That is merit. So let's take it in the teaching fraternity. If someone is to be awarded the best teacher, the person should merit it. The person's performance, the person's effort that he puts in, the person's skills that he puts in must be recognized by authorities before the person is rewarded or the person is praised. That is merit. So your ability to perform a function, your ability to do something that is over the others, and you are being praised or you are being recognized, that is a merit. Then what is wealth? Wealth is talking about how important the person is in the organization or in the institution or the group. How valuable the person is. That is the wealth. The wealth. How important. It could be either the person is achieving it or not achieving it, but how important the person is. So when we are talking about merit and Merit and wealth, they are two different. Merit is talking about the effort that you put in, the skills that you put in, and the performance that you put in. So merits can make you important or can make you wealth of the award that you need to get in the institutions or the organization. So when we are talking about merit, merit is talking about the skills that you have or you possess, the high performance standard that you put in, the achievement that you put in. Those are the merits. Then the wealth is how important or how valuable you are in the institution. So the question states that in performance evaluation, merit and wealth are important concepts. What of the following statement about them is correct? A, both merits and wealth pertain to measuring an employee's effectiveness. Then B, merits pertain to the measuring an employee's effectiveness. That is merit. Then merits pertain with measuring an employee's value to the school, and wealth pertain to measuring an employee's effectiveness. Which one is the correct answer? The correct answer, based on the explanation, we said that merit is the performance, the skills, the abilities, the achievement of what we call it, an employee. Then wealth is an important part of the employee or the value of the employee. So the correct answer here is merits pertain to measuring the employee's effectiveness. Effectiveness here is the performance, but not the value. If the employee is effectively performing well, then it means that he has the skills, he has the ability, and he has the achievement level to be achieved in the classroom. So the correct answer here is merits pertain to measuring an employee's effectiveness. If the employee is effective, it means that the employee is performing well based on his skills, based on his ability, based on his strength, based on his effort. So have it in mind. Have it in mind. The wealth is not talking about employees' effectiveness. It is talking about employees' value or importance in what we call the organization. Someone may be important in the organization, but his functions are not being performed well. So have it in mind. You may have somebody who is very important in the directorate, but send him to the classroom or send him to management, and the person may not effectively perform in the field. Have it in mind. So that is someone um, who asks about the wealth and the merits. Now let's continue. Which of the following is or are a data produced by a non-referent test? I've dealt with non-referent tests and criterion reference tests. There are two test interpretation. There are two test interpretation. So have it in mind. So the determination of whether the students are performing at their grade level. B, mastery of specific objectives in the curriculum. C, mastery of specific skills related to the classroom, and all of the above. Which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is that in test interpretation, I said we have the non-referent test and the criterion reference test. Criterion reference test that we have looked at it already, measures against the curriculum standard. but the non-reference test measures against the grade level. So the determination of whether students are performing at the grade level, that is the correct answer you need to know. Then criterion reference test, there is certification you need, and this one there's no certification, so have it in mind. Then the next question: which of the following statement about interdisciplinary teacher team is correct? Interdisciplinary teacher team is correct. Have it in mind. And some of the answers that others are providing is very, very fun. So when we talk about um, interdisciplinary teacher teamwork, it simply means that teachers are teaming. The teaming is intended to accommodate a constructed curriculum around the contemporary subjects, around all the subjects, and problem solving rather than separate discipline or separate subject. So when we are talking about the interdisciplinary teacher team, it simply means that teaming is intended to accommodate curriculum constructed around the contemporary subjects and problems rather than the individual disciplines or individual subjects in this context. So have it in mind. So it is based on teamwork, and they are based on multiple subjects and disciplines in the contemporary teaching field and problem solving rather than looking at the individual subjects being taken by teachers. So have it in mind. It is not about what you have been reading about. That is, it's intense. The teacher preference and power can result in one subject dominating the other subject. This is the answer provided by somebody. It is false. It is incorrect. So the correct answer is teaming is intended to accommodate a curriculum constructed around multiple subjects or contemporary subjects and problems that they need to solve rather than the separate or uh, separate subject. So have it in mind. Now let's look at, we have spent about 43 minutes. We are still on it. Give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. Don't forget to like this video. It's very important. Like this video. Now let's look at about 2 questions, then we call it a night. 2 questions. Now, which of the following statement about a multi-track year-round calendar is correct? Multi-track and year-round calendar is correct. Which of the following statement? Decrease the need for storage change. That is A. B is intended to increase the functional capacity of the school. Then C is intended to increase the function capacity of the school. Is intended to increase the functional capacity of the school. Then reduce the staffing needs. The correct answer here is it is intended to increase the functional capacity of the school. So a multi-track year-round calendar is to increase the functional level of the functional capacity level of the school. So have it in mind before you go and write the promotion aptitude test. Now let's look at this question. Then we call it a night. Then you go and read about those questions before you go and write. Now that the portal will be closing, you need to be up and doing. Keep your toes up. Now, in a typical teaching and learning environment, students are most likely to be intrinsically motivated to learn when what happened, when they do this, when they are interested in what they are learning and understand how relevant to their life. So if you are learning in the classroom, what will give you a motivation to learn is that you see it as part of you and you see it as important as you need it in your life. It is not about you being given grades. It is not about you being given a reward or praise, but you see it to be a value that will be part of your life in going forward. So someone who will have this mentality will able to learn and go forward than somebody who will depend on only a praise to learn or only something or only a gift or only grade to be learned. So one will make the person intrinsically motivated to learn is that they see that they see that they are interested in whatever they are learning and understand how it will relate to their life in the future, and they will learn and learn well. Um, Let me um, give the last question. Then, which of the following statement about school culture is correct? School culture. I've done a video on school culture. So if you go to some of my videos or all my videos, you see that I've done something about a discussion about the school culture and school climate, school culture. So which of these statements is correct about school culture? We say which of the following statement about school culture is correct? School culture consists of a shared values and beliefs, shared values and beliefs that educate that tells educators how to address problems in the various educational institutions. So the beliefs and the values that are being shared by educators that tells them or that tell them how to address problems in the various um, educational institutions is known as a school culture. So every school is having a culture. Every school is having a shared belief. Every school is having a shared values that they believe in, and they use these beliefs, they use these values to help them solve problems that they may encounter in their educational institutions. So this is what we have for you. The other questions are still there that you need to go through them. If you have any problem, the number, the support line there, you can also reach out to me by WhatsApp. Then any challenge that you have, we'll discuss it personally. So this is what we have for you this evening. And we shall come back to continue with this discussion at the appropriate time. Either Sunday or Monday, we'll come back and look at it. Have a good night and a good weekend. God bless everybody. Let me give about 2 minutes or 1 minute. If you have any challenge about what we have discussed, drop it in the comment section. Let's all share knowledge and or let's all share the problem together. God bless everybody. So that is that. God bless you. If you have any problem, let us know in the comment section. Margaret, thank you. God bless you for sharing that. If you have um, any challenge, you can share it in the comment section. Then we look at it. So don't make a mistake again to depend on only the rank that you are going to write. I've taken my time to look through all the questions from principal up to the DD. Some of the questions they keep on overlapping in all the ranks. There are some levels that you get to that your rank will not get questions to cover those areas. But there are facts, the facts that are about GES Ghana Education Service, This overlaps through the all the grades or all the ranks. So have it in mind. You read around a lot of questions areas, and this one will help you. Um, if we have nothing again, we call it off, or I'll say good night to everybody. Have a good night, and always pray for us to have the strength to come and share with you something, explain something before you go and write. Um, if you don't have anything to share, take this question and go and deliberate on it. Go and research on it. Which of the following statements accurately describe the process of reaching a consensus? What is consensus? Go and search on it. What is consensus? What is consensus? So, which of the following statements accurately describe the process of reaching a consensus? Go and discuss about it. A involves determining which faction's position will prevail. Then B involves reaching a decision everyone can accept. And C, in another term, for voting. And D is a process of reaching an ideal decision. A process of reaching an ideal decision. So this is the question that you need to go and look into it. When would the portal be closed? The portal will close tonight. Today is 2nd. So it will be closed around 12 midnight. 12 midnight, the portal will close. If GES will extend it, then information will come out after that. If they see that there are a number of people who haven't registered and they are complaining, it may be extended, but the portal closes tonight. Tonight, by 12 midnight, the portal is closed. Unless there is a challenge, there is a problem, and people will be complaining, and GES may extend the registration for about a week or two. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure unless information comes out. If there are a lot of people complaining that they were not able to register, then it will be extended. Last year, it was extended. It was extended for an internet breakdown. An internet breakdown. That was why it was extended. So let's see if that opportunity will be given again. But it closes today. Tonight by 12, it is closed. 12 um, 12 in the midnight, it is closed. So, Margaret, that is it. So, have a good night. We shall meet again. Shalom. Bye bye.